Swami Yogananda was born on 5th January 1893. It was an era when Swami Vivekananda was in America. Swami Yogananda's earlier name was Mukundlal Ghosh. He was born in Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh, to a Bengali well-to-do family. His parents were disciples of Lahari Mahasya, the renowned master who is known as introducer of Kriya Yoga in modern India. When Yogananda was an infant, Lahari Mahasya blessed him and foretold, "Little mother, thy son will be a yogi. As a spiritual engine, he will carry many souls to God's kingdom." In 1910, Yogananda met his guru, Sri Yukteswar Giri Maharaj. And at the first meeting, his guru told him that he had been chosen as the one to disseminate the ancient science of Kriya Yoga in America and worldwide. In 1950, Yogananda became monk, and from Mukund he became Yogananda. And in 1920, he went to America. In 1925, he settled down in Los Angeles. Yogananda introduced millions to the teaching of meditation and Kriya Yoga through his organizations, Self-Realization Fellowship and Yoga Satsang Society of India. He lived his last 32 years in America. Yukteswar Giriji sent him to spread the teaching of yoga to the West, to prove the unity between Eastern and Western religions, and to preach a balance between Western material growth and Indian spirituality. His long-standing influence in American yoga movement, especially of Los Angeles, led him to be considered as father of yoga in the West. He was the first prominent Indian to be hosted in the White House. He is also known as 20th century's first superstar guru from India. Arrived in Boston in 1920, he embarked on a successful transcontinental speaking tour before settling down in Los Angeles. For the next 2.5 decades, he gained local fame as well as expands his influence worldwide. He created a monastic order and trained disciples and went on teaching tours. By 1952, SRF had over 100 centers both in India and the US. Today they have groups in nearly every major American city. His plain living and high thinking principles attracted people from all backgrounds among his followers. His autobiography of a yogi, as a book written by Swami Yogananda, an autobiography of a yogi, was published in 1946. It is believed that it has sold over 4 million copies till date, and still the sale is going on. It is also known as one of the 100 best spiritual books of the 20th century. Even Steve Jobs bought 500 copies to hand over to his guests. The book that changed the lives of millions. His continued legacy around the world, remaining a leading figure in Western spirituality to the current day. His character and his skillful transmission of perennial wisdom has showed the way for millions to transcend barriers to the liberation of the soul. Swami Yogananda, he has successfully built up the bridge between Western material success, material world, and Indian spiritual world. Need of the time. He has been a successful personality of the world who has successfully united the Western world with the Eastern. 5th January, the birth anniversary of great saint Swami Paramhansa Yogananda, the most beloved Indian spiritual leader. Om Shanti, Jai Shri Ram.